Hey, it's Troyia Monay back to y'all with another video. Today's video is super exciting as always, you guys. In today's video, we are going to be starting our Launch With Me series. As you guys know, I recently went through and relaunched my boutique, Wanted Wardrobe. Has so much success, made thousands of dollars within minutes using the strategy that I'm going to teach you guys today. So this is my 6-phase strategy to going through and launching any type of mainly product-based business. So if you're having a little bit of difficulties with figuring out your launch strategy, you want to make sure you stay tuned for this entire video, because all 6 of these phases are essential to making sure that you have success on launch day, you guys. So the Launch With Me series will be happening for the next 4 weeks or so. It's going to happen every Thursday night, anywhere between 7 to 9 p.m. You guys should be able to go through, come on the channel, and see a new video about launching. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. Turn on those notifications, subscribe, all that good stuff, and stay tuned for the entire series, because it's going to be a good one. It's going to be juicy. Y'all know I drop gems. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and get started. Alright, y'all, so let's go ahead and hop right on in. Let's get started with discussing the first phase to launching. So the first phase to launching is called the planning phase. So this is the first phase to launching, the planning. If you don't do this phase, you can't do nothing else. This is the most important phase to your entire launch strategy, you guys, is the planning process. This phase also takes usually the most amount of time. So you could be in this phase for literally months. You could be in this phase for years. You want to make sure that you set a lot of time aside for the planning phase. This is what's going to take you the most amount of time. So during the planning phase, you're going to be doing a lot of different things. You're going to be handling your legals. You're going to be identifying your target audience. You're going to be identifying your mass market. You're going to be figuring out what your niche is going to be. You're going to be buying inventory. You're going to be creating content. What else are you going to be doing? Making a marketing plan. You're literally doing all the planning within this actual planning phase. And one thing I always tell every single client that comes with me for a session, I always tell them that this is the most important. Just like building a house, right? When you build a house, you have to make sure that you build it on an actual solid foundation. And this is the solid foundation to going through and making sure that you have some type of successful launch, is by building it on a solid foundation and making sure that that planning phase is in order and making sure that it is taken care of. Oftentimes, I also get the question of, Troyia, how do I know when the right time or the right day it is in order to go through and launch? When everything is handled in the planning phase. If you didn't handle everything in the planning phase, you have no business launching, because you're kind of setting yourself up for failure, because things are going to be a little bit stagnant. So you want to make sure that you take a lot of time during the planning phase, the most important phase of this entire thing ever. Okay? Number 2. This is going to be the announcement phase. And y'all forgive my handwriting. Alright. Boom. So we got the announcement phase. That is going to be phase number 2. We handle everything at the planning phase. We kind of went through and we set a launch date to where we'll be comfortable. Well, we'll kind of be a little bit prepared. You won't, in a sense, be all the way prepared, which is great because you're going to learn as you go. But you kind of have some idea as to when you may want to go through and launch. So now we're going to have the announcement phase. This is where we are going to announce our launch with our audience, right? We're going to start posting on our social media platforms, right? We're going to make sure that we share our landing page on our social medias as well. We're going to make sure we have some type of lead magnet there in order to build up that email list as well. So this is the announcement phase, where we're really going through, we're sharing teaser content. It's almost kind of like the invitation to the party, if you will. So when you're going to a party, this is the invitation. This is the announcement phase. We're going through and we're sharing teasers. We're inviting people to come through and follow us. You may even want to share a lot of information on your personal pages to get family and friends involved. Maybe some community involvement there as well. So number 2 is the announcement phase, you guys. All right, so number 3, we have the pre-launch. Boom. So in the actual pre-launch is going to be the phase where you are doing all of your bells and whistles. You are sharing all that there is to know about your products. you are sharing so much information about like educating your audience on your products. You're educating your audience on your brand. You're sharing your unique value proposition during this phase as well. So this is the actual pre-launch when you're sharing all of your bells and whistles. You're building hype. You're building anticipation. You're sharing some really good content. But one thing I do want to note is that in this phase, you don't want to share too much. In the next phase we're going to discuss, this is where you want to share all there is to know about your brand. But in this actual pre-launch phase, this is where you want to share teaser content galore, but while still going through and building up buzz, but still without going through and sharing too much information, if that makes sense. So this is the actual pre-launch phase. So let's say you're selling some type of product. I might do, you know, a super close-up of that actual garment. If I'm selling, you know, clothing, I might just share the fabric. I might not share a picture of with it, you know, with the model wearing it. I might share a flat lay. I might share it inside of, you know, a hanger or anything like that. I'm not going to actually share all that there is to know about that product just yet. I'm going to make sure that I do that in the next phase. And in that next phase, that is called the pregame. So just like when you go to a party, it's like the party before the party, right? So this is the pregame, right? This is where we're kind of doing a little bit of turning up before the actual turning up. So this is where you really want to go through, share all of your bells and whistles. At this point, you should be sharing all that there is to know about your product. You kind of want to make this in a sense to where on launch day, your audience already has a mental cart. Their checkout cart is already filled mentally. They know exactly what they want to buy because during the pregame, you shared all that there was to know about those different products, you guys. So that is going to be the pregame strategy. This is the fun before the actual fun, you guys. So this is where you're sharing all that there is to know about the product as well. And then, of course, number 5, we have launch day. So what are you going to do on launch day? I kind of treated my launch day like it was a holiday. I made sure all of my audience knew exactly when my launch day was going to be. Treat it like a holiday. Treat it like an actual party. Get people involved. Maybe try going on Instagram Live. Maybe try having some type of special offer. I really wouldn't recommend having a discount code on launch day unless you want to be known for, you know, having discount codes frequently, just so that way you don't get your audience used to it. But on actual launch day, this is definitely where you want to have something fun and something exciting for your audience. I actually gave away free Starbucks on my actual launch day, so that was definitely something really fun to get my audience involved, get them hyped, get them amped up, actually from drinking all the coffee to head over to my site and to shop. So you really want to think of something creative, something fun that you can do on your launch day to get your audience involved and not just hit the click out button, just a way for them to kind of have a little bit of fun before your site is readily available. All right, and then last but not least, we have number 6, which is the post launch. All right, y'all, forgive my handwriting, but the post launch, this is the part where people forget. This is the phase that people often forget about. You've done all of this work. You've done the planning, you spent months planning, you've done the announcement, you've done the pre-launch, you've done the pre-game. Launch day was amazing. And then you guys forget about this step. You forget about this phase. The post-launch. The post-launch is so important because you want to go through and keep up that momentum. You've done all this work. How are you going to keep things afloat? You want to make sure that you have some type of post-launch strategy in order, so that way you don't go through and get all of your sales on launch day, but you continuously get sales after. People still remember your brand thereafter as well. So you have to go through and create some type of post-launch strategy to keep your business afloat after launch day. You've done all of these exciting things before the actual launch day, and you don't want people to forget about you after that. I have so many clients that come to me and they're like, Troy, I got so many sales on launch day. Early on, I got so many sales, and then things died down. It's usually because they didn't create some type of post-launch strategy. So this is just a little bit in depth as to the 6 phases of launching, you guys. Make sure you guys go through, stay tuned for the rest of the series. Launch with me. I'm super excited to be sharing these gems with you guys. So make sure you do a lot of research into these actual different phases as well. kind of make it your own. You know, go through and research your target audience and figure out how these different phases can coincide with them. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.